All right, Kevin, we are back, and I screwed up. I should have put mics on us. I've been telling Coach in Westlake that I was going to put mics on. I forgot this week. I actually have a bag right here. I forgot them. Go figure. But we're back with the weekly predictions. This week is a short week, so we won't take too long to get through these. So let's start with Thursday's lone game. Thursday's lone game is Edcouch-Elsa versus Lincoln. Lincoln got back on the winning track last week, getting their second victory of the season. They're no joke, but neither is Edcouch-Elsa. Kevin, who do you have in this game? Edcouch-Elsa is traveling to La Joya.
Yeah, it could be a trap game for Edcouch-Elsa. It's a very dangerous 2-1 team in Juarez Lincoln, team that did make the playoffs the last 2 years, but I really like what Edcouch-Elsa is doing. I think this is going to be their coming out party on the defensive side of the ball. We've seen them give up a lot of points in the first couple of weeks of the season. I think this is where Edcouch-Elsa's defense steps up and makes a statement, along with Marco Aguinaga tossing a couple of touchdowns. I'm going to go with the Jackets on the road in this one.
Yeah, unlike Edcouch, I won't leave them. So I'm going to stay with Edcouch in this game. I won't leave them hanging. I'm going to go with Edcouch-Elsa in this game. I think that Marco Aguinaga is probably one of the better quarterbacks in the Valley, one of the best quarterbacks in the Valley. And with that defense, I think Juarez Lincoln, they're young, they're only juniors. I think they'll be fine, but I'm going to go with Edcouch-Elsa in this game, even though it's on the road. So let's see, next one. Sorry, if you have any comments while we're doing this, feel free to comment along. We'd like to hear what you have to say, except for Ben Vasquez. All right, next one, Roma versus Mission Vets. Mission Vets is hosting them. Roma is coming off a loss to Laredo Nixon, who Greg Selmer thought would be maybe the possible upset, and it was. Who do you have in this game?
This is probably the game of the week in the Valley. I think all the media will be there at Tom Landry Stadium on Friday. This is a tough one to pick because we both know Roma, what they're capable of. Some pick them to maybe win that district, but I think it's too much offensive explosion on the Patriots' part. So I'm going to go with Mission Veterans at home. Patriots would start off 2-0 in that district.
Yeah, I think that if Mission Vets can get out to a fast start where they start scoring, some quick points and making Roma have to pass the ball more than run, I think that feeds into it feeds into Mission Vets' game. However, if they're not able to score and Roma is able to keep the game close, I think Roma over 4 quarters wins that game. But I think if Mission Vets gets a big lead, that's pretty much going to be it. So I'm going to give my edge to Mission Vets, but if it's a close game, look for Roma to win. Next one, Sherland hosting Valley View. Who do you got?
Sherland coming off a bye week. They did get a win beforehand. Valley View is kind of a question mark. We know that they had a pretty good defense last year, and with Adam Solis over there at Mission Vets, but I really like Sherland. Picked them to make the playoffs, and I like what they're using. Like with Blake Klein, they're using him out of the Wildcat. They're using him out of the slot. It's just Ronaldame doing Ronaldame things, finding weapons, utilizing them in ways that probably no other coach can. I don't know, but I like Sherland in this one. They're at home as well, so the Rattlers are going to get their first district win.
All right. I'm going to take Sherland in this one also. I think Sherland's waiting. They had a week to prepare. I'll give it to them. Laredo Figueroa, who cares? Versus Laredo Nixon. That's the other side of the valley. All right. Laredo Martin versus Rio Grande. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with...
By the way, I got Nixon in that game.
Yeah,
Nixon's going to be Figueroa. Okay.
We'll both go
Be
Nixon.
happy. All right. Laredo Martin versus Rio at Rio.
Rio.
Yeah,
I
Rio.
like the Rattlers. And they could be one of those teams to sneak up on a Nixon, a Sherland, to vie for a playoff spot. And I think a lot of people in the Valley are seeing that if it's not 32-6A, it's 31-5A. It's going to be the competitive district. But I'm going to go with Rio Grande City in this one. Okay,
Grulla versus Lyford. Grulla and Lyford have great offenses. Who do you have in this game?
Grulla, they're going to bounce back, I think. They fell last week to PSJA Southwest, I believe.
Yeah.
And Southwest, I picked Southwest last week.
It's a 6A school,
yeah,
so.
But I think Grulla bounces back from last week's loss. This one's going to be a lot of fun, something like maybe in the mid-30s, but I'm going to go with the Gators.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to pick anything, Lyford, I know their DC. He used to work with me at Edinburgh. Great guy, but I just don't know right now the way Grulla played against Southwest. let's see, that's a 6A team. Let's see if playing that stiffer competition helps them out this week. I'm going to go Grulla in this game, but we'll see. I mean, I could be eating crow. Palmview is traveling to Brownsville Pace. Who do you have in this game? Are both of them winless? Can't remember if Pace has a win or not. Well, either way, Palmview is looking for their first win. They lost to Edinburgh last week. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with the Palmview in this one. I think they're going to get that win. It's on the road. It's at Brownsville Pace, so it's kind of going from one side of the valley to the other. So there will be no jet lag. Joya is going to have a pretty good coming out party. So I'm going to go with the Lobos.
Yeah, I think Palmview gets their first win of the season. It's an important win. They need this one before district starts, so I'm going to go with them. Lavia versus Bishop. Lavia's had a struggle this season getting started. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with the home team in this one, and that's Bishop.
Yeah, I think Bishop takes this game too. Lavia's still kind of trying to find their offense, so I'll go with Bishop. McAllen versus Victoria East. They're traveling up there. Victoria East played Bella earlier in the year. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with Victoria East. Just too many returners, too much firepower for Victoria East, so I'm going to go with the home team, Victoria East.
Yeah, they're still about a week away from, or 15 days away from getting Gunner back. So I'm going to go with Victoria East in this game. I just think that McAllen is, they've struggled to find their offense this season. So, and they're just trying to find their identity. Memorial travels to Los Fresnos. McAllen Memorial, that is. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with Los Fresnos in this one. We talked about it earlier in the show. This one could be a lot of fun. The key for McAllen Memorial is for them not to fall behind too early, because then they kind of, they don't want to get out of what they like doing, and that's running the ball. But this will be a good measuring stick for McAllen Memorial, and it'll be a good measuring stick for Los Fresnos. One last final midterm, so to speak, before both teams start district play. I think at the end of the day, two of these teams very well may be in the playoffs, but I'm going to go with Los Fresnos at home in this one.
Okay. I've got Los Fresnos in this game too. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah, see, Memorial is, in your show we said Memorial was playing home. They're actually playing on the road. I think it's even harder for them over there because, well, if you haven't been to Los Fresnos, you got to go there. But I'm going to give the edge to Los Fresnos in this game as well. Mission High versus Eagle Pass. We don't know much about Eagle Pass, but we will after this game. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Detmer and company, get a second win. Don't know much about Eagle Pass either. I do know they're a 6A school in that 29 6A with Laredos. I know Eagle Pass is in the playoffs from year to year, but I think Mission High is going to take that momentum into this week and get a win.
Yeah, I think if it was baseball, I would pick Eagle Pass because they would pick the right baseball umpires, like they did against Sherland a couple years ago. But it's football, so I'm going to go with Mission High in this one. I think what Coy Detmer is doing with his quarterbacks are unbelievable, the way they're playing. So I'm going to give the edge to them. PI is traveling to La Feria. Both teams are undefeated, and PI could be 4-0 if they win going into their game against St. Joe's next week. So 2 4-0 teams possibly. I'll take the first one. Let's go with this one. I'm going to say PI. I'm going to give the edge to La Feria.
There's that saying, was it when unstoppable force meets irremovable object? Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Something like that, but I don't get deep.
Well, that's kind of what you get here. You get a young seawall defense going up against a high-octane offense in La Feria. A good defense beats a good offense. I'm going to go with an upset here. I think Port Isabel, the defense, is going to win this game for the Tarpons. Although I know the Lions, I know what they can do. Seen them on 7-on-7. I know how explosive their offense can be, but I think Coach Stumble has got something in his back pocket, and I'm going to go with the Tarpons.
All right. Let's go with the next game. What's the next game on the PSJA North versus La Joya? La Joya got their first win against Donna last week, held them scoreless. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with the PSJA North Raiders. I'm going to look for them to continue their hot streak and go unbeaten in non-district play and ride that momentum into district play. So I'm going to go with Coach Kaufman and the Raiders.
I'm going to go with Bo. All right, I'm going to go with Bo. I think whenever Bo's on the field, he's one of the better players. So La Joya, I don't know if they have anybody, maybe Joseph Moreno. Joe, I remembered him. He was formerly at Nicky Raw. I didn't forget your son this week. I think La Joya's got some weapons, and they're still trying to find their identity. I think they played some great defense. But I think, all in all, I'm going to go with PSJA North in this game.
Bo knows.
Yeah. Yes.
knows?
Raymondville versus Brownsville St. Joe. I'll take the first one on this one. St. Joe's, Raymondville struggling this year.
Yeah, this one's I'm gonna go with St. Joe as well. They're gonna continue, with or without Gunner. We know that he's not at Brownsville St. Joe anymore, but that offense is still explosive with Garcia and Kai Money there. I still like what the Bloodhounds are doing, and I'm gonna go with St. Joe at home.
Thanks for watching, Coach Campos. I am awake. It's been a long day. I'm going to go with, we already went through this one. Sorry, long day. Rio Hondo versus Hidalgo. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Rio Hondo in this one. I like the Bobcats to get this win.
See that? You hear that, Coach Campos? He's going with the Bobcats this week. Oh, wait, wrong Bobcats. So, Rio Hondo Bobcats. Yeah, I think Rio Hondo beats Hidalgo. Sorry, Coach Duty. I'm going to go with Rio Hondo as well. The Bobcats will roll in this one. Aransas Pass versus Santa Rosa. Who do you have in this one?
I'm going to go with Aransas Pass.
All right, I'm going to go with Gus Cavazos because I love America and I love the Valley. So I'm going to go with them. Hebronville versus Progreso. Hebronville, not having one of their better years, but they're playing Progreso. Who do you have in this one? Does Progreso get their first win?
I'm going to go with Hebronville in this one. The Red Ants are going to have to wait one more week before they get that first win.
All right, I'm going to go with Progreso because I love the Valley. I'm not against the Valley like Kevin. So I'm going to go with Progreso. John Paul II versus Monte Alto. And did I just lose my program? Hold on. All right, let me make sure we're streaming. Looks like the stream went dead on me. Oh, we still got people here. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. The program went down. John Paul II versus Monte Alto. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Monte Alto in this one. Never heard of John Paul II.
He was a pope, but
To be
I
honest
appreciate
with
you not knowing Catholic.
But Monte Alto.
Okay, so I would normally go with the Catholics, but I'm going to go with Monte Alto here as well. I'm not sure how good John Paul II is, but I'll go with my Monte Alto team. Some things wanted to discuss is I think with McAllen getting Gunnar Henderson, I think it's going to be pretty good, and I also think that diapers. Get yourself some diapers. You don't want to talk about this. See, he doesn't want to talk about this. He thinks I'm talking about Dave Amador. I'm not actually talking about Dave Amador. I'm talking about there's a kid with diapers. It's really funny. Next week we'll be back with the predictions. There are some teams that are going to go 0-4, and it'll be interesting to see who those teams are. We'll have the predictions on that as well.
Short week. This was a short week. Again, there's only one game tomorrow, and that's Juarez Weekend and Edcouch-Elsa. After that, Friday's games. Not too many games out there. There's no Saturday games either. So next week, of course, will be a little bit longer. And next week, we'll be talking about district with the teams all starting their district play across the valley.
And Joel Garza just asked, what about Rio? We did that one earlier. They're playing Martin, Cupcake City. And so I think that I give the edge to Rio in this one. I like to thank Spikes Ford and Jinx Realty, McDonald's for helping us put this through. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do most of the things that we do because so many teams left us in the Mid-Valley. So I'd like to thank everybody that came on and watched, and we'll see you at the games.